Australia's first known autonomous AI cyber attack was committed over a spot in a morning gym class. So the ABC reported it this morning. A man named Andrew, who works for an Australian company that sells AI products to businesses, was running OpenClaw with Claude behind it. So he asked it to book him into a morning gym class. The agent went underneath the website to the booking API and worked out that the gym's booking window was only reinforced on the browser and not at the system level. So it booked him months ahead of what was meant to be possible. And then Andrew, sitting fourth on a wait list for the next visit, asked whether he could be moved up inside the priority list. The agent tested the API, found there was no authorization check on cancellations at all, and cancelled the reservation belonging to the person sitting at number one. So somewhere in Melbourne, a person probably turned up at 6 a.m. to a class that they no longer had a booking at. The vulnerability is not novel. Enforcing rules on the front end and leaving the back end open is one of the oldest holes in web software. So Bill Simpson-Young at the Gradient Institute described the problem to the ABC as a world built on software full of holes. And his point is that these holes were historically survivable because exploiting them required a curious and diligent human with time to spare. There was a labor cost to that curiosity, and now agents have priced that at zero. But the more interesting argument is actually happening on Hacker News, where commenters are pointing out that the agent did precisely what it was asked. He said, move me up on the list. It moved him up on the list, and they are right. But I think that that's a big problem because every instruction a person gives often carries a second half. We have never had to articulate it because there was typically something else holding us back. So a standard operating procedure, a coded priority listing, or even just cultural norms. In this instance, the agent inherited the goal. It did not inherit the assumed restraint. And I ran a training session today and explained exactly this. We are used to a world where the parameters are yes and no. And now it's fundamentally changed to what are the parameters of not yes and not no, and every possibility in between. This is exactly what the Australian Signals Directorate warned businesses and government about earlier this year. Agents will take unintended actions, and that makes accountability difficult. And the decision is now spread across a chain of models and tools and services. The legal position is even more difficult. Software is not a legal person. Andrew had no criminal intent. The gym was, I suppose, technologically negligent, but also the victim in this. So every liability regime that we have assumes a chain of intent. And what we have here is a clean chain of causation with the intent missing from the equation. So the agent was never told that there was a correct way to act in the absence of a standard. And now we have to figure out how the fuck we do that.